There is a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working too hard or sleeping too little. It comes from the weight of a shield you've been carrying for so long you've forgotten it's not actually your skin. Imagine this scenario. You are drowning. You are overwhelmed with work, your car just broke down, and you feel sick. A friend notices you look stressed and asks, "Hey, do you need a hand with anything?" Without even thinking, almost like a reflex, you snap back, "No, I'm good, I've got it." And you mean it, or at least you think you do. But the moment they walk away, you feel a crushing mixture of relief and isolation. You successfully protected your image of strength, but you also reinforced your own prison. We live in a culture that worships the self-made individual. We applaud the people who don't need anyone, the ones who can weather any storm alone. But what if I told you that for many of us, this extreme independence isn't a sign of strength? What if it's actually a trauma response disguised as a personality trait? This phenomenon is what psychologists call hyper-independence, or sometimes counter-dependency. Healthy independence is the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, knowing that if you stumble, you can reach out for support. It's flexible. It's a choice. Hyper-independence, however, is rigid. It is a compulsive need to do everything yourself, driven by an underlying fear of relying on others. It's not that you prefer to be alone, it's that your nervous system views receiving help as a threat. If you are hyper-independent, you likely view asking for help as a weakness, or worse, a dangerous loss of control. You might secretly judge people who are needy or clingy. You probably hoard your problems, keeping your struggles locked in a black box where no one else can see them. You are the rock for everyone else, yet the moment someone tries to be the rock for you, you recoil. You aren't just capable, you are terrified of the alternative. To understand why we do this, we have to look at the architecture of trust in the developing brain. As humans, we are biologically hardwired for co-regulation. This means that when a baby cries, their nervous system is in a state of chaos. They cannot calm themselves down. They need a caregiver to step in, soothe them, and bring their biological alarms back to baseline. This creates a blueprint in the brain that says, reaching out equals safety. Vulnerability brings relief. But for many of you watching this, that transaction went wrong. Maybe your caregivers were physically absent. Maybe they were emotionally volatile, dealing with their own addiction or rage. Or maybe they were just good parents who were emotionally negligent, too busy, too stressed, or too cold to notice your internal world. In that environment, reaching out didn't bring relief. It brought rejection, anger, or the agonizing silence of being ignored. So, your brain did something brilliant to survive. It rewrote the equation. It decided that needing things was the source of the pain. If you have no needs, you can't be let down. If you don't ask, you can't be rejected. You learned to detach from your own dependency needs. You developed what attachment theory calls an avoidant attachment style. You didn't just learn to tie your own shoes or cook your own dinner, you learned to metabolize your own pain. This rewiring persists into adulthood. Now, when someone offers you genuine care, your amygdala, the threat detection center of your brain, doesn't see love. It sees a trap. It signals danger. It whispers, if I lean on them, they will move and I will fall. So, you stay standing, even when your legs are shaking. Let's look at this through the life of Maya. Maya is the person you call when you're in a crisis. She's organized, she's a high achiever, and she never forgets a birthday. Her friends joke that she's Superwoman. But Maya has a secret. Last year, Maya went through a devastating breakup and a health scare in the same week. She spent her days managing a team of 10 people, smiling through meetings and solving everyone else's problems. But at night, she would drive home, park her car, and sit in silence for an hour because she couldn't face the empty apartment. She has a phone full of contacts. She has friends who love her. But when she stared at her text messages, thinking about typing, "I'm not okay," Her chest physically tightened. A wave of nausea hit her. Her mind flooded with excuses. Everyone is busy. I don't want to be a burden. It's dramatic to complain. But the real reason wasn't logic. It was a somatic memory. It was the 7-year-old Maya who learned that her tears made her parents uncomfortable. So adult Maya deleted the text, walked inside, and collapsed on the floor alone. She survived it, just like she always does, but she didn't realize that every time she survives alone, she reinforces the belief that she must be alone. She deepens the groove of her own isolation. Here is the heartbreaking paradox of the hyper-independent person. You crave connection, but you block the very thing that creates it. You want to be known, but you refuse to be seen. You see, intimacy requires a power exchange. It requires you to hand someone a piece of your stability and trust them not to break it. But you have confused invulnerability with safety. You think that by not needing anyone, you are winning. You think you are protecting yourself from betrayal. But actually, you are preemptively abandoning yourself so that no one else can. You are rejecting others before they have the chance to reject you. The core insight is this: your independence is not a trophy. It is a scar. It is a monument to the times you needed someone and they weren't there. But you are no longer in that environment. You are operating on outdated software. You are a soldier still wearing heavy armor in a meadow, wondering why you feel so heavy and why no one can get close to you. If you want to put down the armor, you cannot just decide to trust people. Your nervous system needs to learn, slowly, that safety exists in connection. Here are 3 actionable steps to start shifting this pattern. Step 1. Practice micro-vulnerability. Don't start by pouring your deepest trauma out to a stranger. That will just trigger a vulnerability hangover. Start small, really small. Ask a friend to pick up a coffee for you. Ask a partner to hold you for 5 minutes without talking. Admit to a colleague that you're a little tired instead of great. These act as exposure therapy. You are testing the waters. When you ask for something small and the world doesn't end, and hopefully the person responds with kindness, your brain gets a tiny data point that says dependency might be safe. Collect these data points. Step 2. The receive and breathe technique. The next time someone gives you a compliment, offers help, or buys you a gift, notice your reflex to deflect. You will want to say, "Oh, it was nothing," or "I'll pay you back immediately." Stop. Physically pause. Take a deep breath. Look them in the eye and say, "Thank you." Then notice what happens in your body. You might feel squirmy, hot, or anxious. That is the somatic feeling of receiving. Sit with it for 10 seconds. Teach your body that you can tolerate the sensation of being given to without immediately transacting back. Step 3. Reframe burden as gift. You are terrified of being a burden, but think about how you feel when you help someone you love. Do you feel burdened, or do you feel useful, connected, and trusted? When you refuse to let people help you, you are actually robbing them of the intimacy of feeling needed. You are denying them the connection you so freely give them. Remind yourself, allowing someone to support me is a way of loving them back. Healing from hyper-independence isn't about becoming dependent. It's about becoming interdependent. It's about realizing that we are a social species and we were never meant to carry the weight of the world on one pair of shoulders. The child inside you had to survive alone. The adult you are now gets to choose connection. It's okay to put down the shield. It's okay to let someone else drive for a while. You've earned the rest. If you saw yourself in this video, you're not alone, even if you tried to be. I dive deeper into these hidden trauma patterns every week, so if you're ready to understand yourself better, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.